In 1876, Rutherford B. Hayes and William A. Wheeler, both Republicans, abandoned the civil rights platform in efforts of Reconstruction. It led to the Compromise of 1877, where the federal government opted leniency against the South in order to appeal to white Southern voters and former plantation owners. These Confederate insurrectionists were given pardons. Ex-Confederates regained power in the South and used a playbook that is still used today. First was propaganda from films like Birth of a Nation by D.W. Griffith, where it stated that there was something immoral about black people and the KKK was the real hero of the South. The second was states' rights. Allow states to create poll taxes and literacy tests. Leave voting up to the states. The second was what was called the Southern Strategy. Help poor white people resent black people. The Southern Strategy in 1964 created what was known as Operation Dixie. No longer would the Republican Party appeal to black voters and would solely appeal to white resentment. Barry Goldwater enhanced and embraced the Southern Strategy and states' rights when he ran for president. Then a person by the name of Strom Thurmond left the Democratic Party for the Republican Party, and then Richard Nixon used the blueprint of what was known as the Southern Strategy to be elected. His chief of staff said this: the problem, if we are going to be elected, is the blacks. Their voting power, that we must make sure that poor whites view black people as the reason that they're poor, and that we help wealthy white people think that black people are coming after their wealth. Then a person by the name of Lee Atwater, who worked with Strom Thurmond, became an aide to Ronald Reagan and created the new Southern Strategy, and then chairman of the Republican National Convention. Karl Rove was a mentee of Lee Atwater and continued this Southern strategy of states' rights and dog whistle politics. When Trump called in the National Guard in Washington, D.C., he used an old trope of using the Southern strategy. The words that he used: he attacked cities with black leadership and a black population. Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles. Every city that has seen extraordinary reduction in crime by approaching violence and crime as a public health issue, bringing violence interrupters into play, social workers and mental health workers into spaces. Baltimore's mayor, Brandon Scott. Baltimore has a record 50-year low in homicides. They are doing the work. In Chicago, our own Mayor Brandon Johnson, we are seeing record lows in homicide. But this is not about crime. This is about distraction. Use the myth of dangerous black people to extend your authoritarian and fascist overreach. Don't get it twisted. This deployment is a distraction because corporate media has failed us, because media cannot walk and chew gum at the same time. So as we are talking about deployment in Washington, D.C., no one is talking about the cuts of SNAP benefits to the poor. As we are talking about what is happening in Washington, D.C., we are not talking about Medicare and Medicare benefits being cut. As we are talking about Washington, D.C., we are not talking about the massive abuses we are witnessing from ICE as families are torn apart. Children who are being detained at elementary schools and taken from their families. And finally, this is a distraction because we are no longer talking about the Epstein files. I say to everyone, Tune into media that can help you learn and grow. Mother Jones, The Atlantic, Roland Martin, The Defender, Native Land Podcast, Ezra Klein, Sojourners Magazine, New York Times, Karen Hunter, WVON, and support WBEZ. And that is my 5 minutes. Peace.